right, Chukwudi Abuja is right here with us this morning. Chukwudi, good to see you. Thank God it's Friday.
I thought you would say the wonderful Chukwudi Abuja.
Yes. The wonderful should actually be spread into the introduction because that voiceover was wonderful. That man is an accomplished reader. I don't know who he is, though. Great guy. Hello, Victor.
Good to see you, old man.
TJF. My dear Nyeri, how's Mr. John and the children? How are they doing as well?
Very well, thank you. Trust
Thank you.
Are doing great too.
At least we have a great harmony, you know, on one side here.
All right, let's look at what the papers have this morning. We'll begin with the New Nigerian. The New Nigerian leads with flood. That's the kicker. Thousands displaced cry for help in Akwa Ibom. Homes, business premises submerged. Above that, we have troops record multiple gains, rescue abductees, repel ISWAP attack on military base. And that's on page 3 of the New Nigerian. Just beside the masthead, we have Kano prepares to host second Nigeria Hajj Umrah Expo. Other headlines right here on the New Nigerian, we have Swan. All right, maybe we should, okay, Swan, buy blows, seal partnership for reduced international domestic airfare cost. 4 suspects arrested over bloody clash in Ibadan. Benga Hashim sues the court. INEC urges court to uphold him as party's presidential candidate. All right, so that's on page 2. And away from that, reforms in Kaduna improving service delivery. That's according to Basani. And that's about it on the front page of the New Nigerian this morning. Looking at the Business NG quickly, the lead story here says 200 million viewers, 300 screens. Nigeria faces cinema crisis. All right, away from that, Nigeria eyes investment boost as S&P puts country on watch list for frontier market status. That's on page 2. Above the masthead, Tinubu seeks Senate confirmation of Lamido Yuguda as AMCON board chairman. Soldiers' monthly pay rises from 49,000 naira to 100,000 naira, says Defense Minister. That's on page 2 of the Business NG. That would make an interesting read, I assure you. All right. Tinubu sends Senior Secondary Education Commission Amendment Bill to Senate. Capital market operators face SEC deadline for second quarter regulatory returns today. And finally, NGX emerges world's best performing stock market in 2026 dollar terms. All right. Finally, 60,000 naira earners may be better off than some migrants abroad. That's according to Boala. All right. Victor.
All right, thank you, Ian Ray. Well, I have the leadership right. Now, just right inside the nameplate here, 124 Nigerians to be deported from U.S. over worst of the worst crimes. 124 Nigerians to be deported from U.S. over worst of the worst crimes. That story is on page 7. All right, and what looks like the major headline here, Zamfara governor, I refused to pay ransom for my brothers. Told kidnappers, if you like, kill them. That's on page 4. And just below that story on page 7, protect Obi, give El Rufai fair trial, Kwankwaso tells FG. Right, and coming down the page in politics, Shatima seeks governors' support for adoption of 112 as national emergency number. That's on page 8. I won't betray Nigerians' trust. Reforms will deliver better future. That's credited to Tinubu and it's on page 4. Senate approves 404.07 billion naira Nigeria Police Trust Fund budgets for 2025 and 2026. It's on page 9. And on page 7, finally, bandits threatened to kill Oyo pupils if troops came closer. That's according to the defense minister. And of course, match result, the quarterfinals are up and running. France 2, Morocco 0, or should I say Africa 0, because that's the last man standing.
That was the last man standing, the Moroccans. It's really, but if you ask me, the continent, the African continent has done well, you could see that the standard of soccer actually went up.
Yeah.
Even though
9 out of 10
even
got
though
out of the first round.
exactly, yeah,
9
I
out
think
of
we
10.
did well. Look, it's not as if we're inferior to them. The people who are doing so well in EPL, I'm not so sure that they're white-skinned. You know, many of our African brothers are there. It's the environment, it's the training facilities you have, it's the diet. You understand?
You only need to look at the French national team.
Yes. Oh,
You
you
need to
mean
look at the
the
French
African
national team.
French national team, eh?
Names like Mbappe, Desiree Doué, these are not
That's
French
true.
names.
That's
These
true,
are not
Victor.
French names.
And that makes me, hesitate a bit about liking Messi on and on, liking Argentina on and on. There's not one black man in the Argentinian team. Somebody made that observation. I said, oh, it's true. They've been like that. They have to,
They deserve whatever they got.
harmonize.
They train the people.
Yes, but everybody should have opportunity to play
Flood.
for them.
Thousands displaced. Cry for help in Akwa Ibom.
My dear, it's becoming a ritual talking about flood here because to effectively tackle flood, you have to be preemptive about it. But as we said, the elements are more than 50% responsible for what's happening now. Global warming is the biggest culprit now, and not people building on drainages, drainage channels and all that. Littoral states in Nigeria, their own sad tale has not even come. It comes between end of July, August into September. It's coming. I'm sorry. I'm not a harbinger of bad news, not prophet of doom. No. That is the sad reality staring us in the face because of what's happening in the world. So the little we can do is to ensure that we do not farm where things are going to be flood prone. We do not farm where we do not build where we're going to disturb the natural movement of water. Those are the little things we can do on our part. Otherwise, the Arctic is melting, and we are all feeling it.
All right, that's environmental insecurity. In terms of security, troops record multiple gains, rescue abductees, repel ISWAP attack on military base. And of course, we must talk about the comments by the Minister of Defense that the salary of soldiers have been increased from 49,000 to 100,000.
49 what?
1,000 naira.
Stupidly, I've not checked. I thought they were paid well. I assumed they were paid well. That must be the basic. But even as basic, that's not good for a soldier.
Exactly.
No. But I know that my brother was earning well above me, when he was alive. My brother, the captain who died in the army, he was paid well that time. And I was getting about 200 and something, he was getting about 512. And that made me assume that, soldiers were paid well. Is this what we're doing to them? No. Let them do something, please. I cry about what we do to policemen. I don't join you guys to condemn policemen. They are great people, if you consider how we handle them.
We guys?
Oh, we? Are you not? You're government, I'm government, she's government. Yes.
Okay. Well, closely linked to that story, I want to tie these two together. Zamfara governor, I refused to pay ransom for my brothers. Told kidnappers, if you like, kill them. And this other one, bandits threatened to kill Oyo pupils if troops came closer.
Well, that tells you that we were right when we said they may actually know where they are. We said that about a month ago. I knew they knew. You couldn't just spirit how many children? 49? Just away like that. Nobody has any trace of them. But rescuing them has always been the problem. They are still surrounded. I can tell you that. And they are not even asking for money. You remember the last convictions? They are saying we want to exchange them for our own people there. They're holding people that are very, very important to them in terms of operational, things they do. I think government is playing it well so far. I am sorry that our children are in harm's way. But giving so easily into the demands of terrorists and bandits may not be the best. I don't know whether Zamfara governor should have said, I told them to kill them if they liked. That would sound like a reckless,
No, that's probably to say, look, you're not getting any deal.
No, public speaking.
Which could discourage.
Public speaking, requires you to hold certain things back. If the mom hears that or heard that, now bad pikin you be. In Africa, they talk like that, But the good thing is that after 3.5 months or so, they released his brothers. What he's saying is that if you keep on giving in to the demands of bandits, it will never stop. So he has harsh reality in what I think should have been quoted in better language. But the man is saying the truth.
Talk about the perching of the tsetse fly somewhere.
The perching of tsetse fly somewhere
yes.
In between your legs. I know where you're going. This Victor, he won't put me for national trouble. You have to be careful when you kill the tsetse fly when it perches on a very sensitive spot. That's what Victor is saying. It's one of our adages. Well, thank God that we are recording successes. I told you, I'm not a security analyst. But I could tell that the armed forces of Nigeria are really dealing with the insurgents and terrorists in their hideouts. They're really the here I'm hot. But I always say that at the end of the day, we want to make peace with them. We want to live with them. They are our brothers and sisters. Nobody wants to kill anybody. But when you wake up and you think that putting the lives of your neighbors in harm's way is the best way to live, people are going to tell you, no, government has the ultimate coercive power,
What I'm not sure of is how we arrived at making these distinctions between militants, bandits, terrorists. We just find names for them.
Well,
because when you hear that some come from elsewhere, and so when you say they are brothers, I'm not sure.
Well, first of all, Chukwudi regards everyone in the world as his brother, so maybe that's more of a personal expression, The thing is this, somebody who breaks into your house and takes things away, you're not going to ask that person, call that person a terrorist. Somebody who will laze you on the way to take your money, that's robbery. And that's not terrorism. That's not banditry. So there are subtle, if not, very wide gaps in differentiating them semantically. The punishments differ, given the...
But I just think that the punishment that the parents of, those children still in captivity at this moment is something that no parent wants to be in at the moment. It's over 50 days that these children have been in captivity. I just hope that we can do something. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know what their parents will be feeling, how they would wake up every morning.
Elsewhere, these parents would have psychologists or even psychiatrists close to them, nursing them on a daily basis. I don't know whether these parents have that luxury in our country, because it is real trauma. What if you get there, find out one of those parents, one of the sets of parents, they have just one child, and that one child is one of these people.
All their children.
You die many times while still alive. So I understand where you're coming from. And it's coming also from a mother. That actually labels it more. We just pray and hope that things will work out well for them. The Igbo man says, if it happens to another man, it feels like it happened to a tree in the forest. But it is one humanity.
True.
These parents are really going through hell. But I pray that it's all going to... The fact that they know where they are, I think it's going to end properly later. It will.
Amen. That's the prayer.
And that's what we have to get drunk on, right?
Hope.
Yeah, hope is what you get drunk on.
All right.
When there's no alcohol around.
I'm hopeful that we'll see you again on Monday.
And I'm hopeful that I'll take enough alcohol one day and kick you out of this.
And that you have a great weekend.